Okay, hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Easy Markets Daily Pitch International with me, Darius, because today is the 9th of June, 2023. So, welcome, everyone. Welcome to this Friday's morning session, where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendations and should not be considered as such. This material should not be taken as an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. Look, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest, and then, yes, we can continue. I'll disappear from that little left corner in there, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so now then, before we go further, as always, just a quick mentioning of our Easy Markets website, which you can always check out for more information about us. So, guys, let's jump into the charts. Let's see what's happening. Right, Nikkei 225. Look, there's going to be a bunch of instruments that I'm going to go through. If you're interested in a particular one, if you don't see it here in the list, just drop me a message in the chat box, and yes, I will try to maybe pick up on that one if I do have it. So just a quick good morning to everybody in the chat. So just, to get the ball rolling. Look, Nikkei 225, beautiful rebound from the upside support line. I talked about this one, the steep upside support line drawn from the low of the 11th of May. Now, if we're looking for some higher levels, let's say further upside, then yes, in a way, for now, it's working out nicely. So I talked about this 31,990 level yesterday. I said that if we do pop above it, then yes, I will consider further upside, especially in the target near the 32,733, which is the current highest point of June. Now, another thing that I've mentioned as well was that that in a way this week, in the beginning of this week, I said to you that don't be surprised if we don't see this week a very trendy or let's say very exciting. It's a bit of a choppy week for everything, I think, because I think mainly the week is everybody's preparing for next week. Next week we have the CPIs, the US CPIs coming out, and of course the our beloved Fed with their interest rate decision. So check out the economic calendars. That's on Wednesday, the interest rate decision. So check out the economic calendar or in order to see the timing for your region. But coming back to this, look, Nikkei did show good positivity yesterday here. The dollar declined, and in a way, I think that the positivity came from the fact that this is still at this point, basically, that there are hopes that there won't be any interest rate hikes from the Fed, and that's why and kind of the Asian market did push a little bit to the upside. So this positivity yesterday, yes, the U.S. indices performed quite well. In general, yesterday, I think actually, you know what? In terms of U.S. data, I'll get to that in a bit. Let's finish off with Nikkei. So for now, look, I would say this way, that if I do want to consider some lower levels, a drop below this 31,460 territory, somewhere around here would be needed. For the upside, yes, as I said, I'm still aiming higher, but again, in terms of going further north, let's say today, it could be a bit of a let's say a tricky moment here, let's say going further this week. Maybe the whole action could stay like this as it is here in between these two levels, and then next week, now that's where the whole kind of party could start. So now ASX 200. By the way, Mustafa Sepahi, good morning to you too. Daredevil Dave, USDCHF. Okay, I'll have a look at that one, and I'll pick up on that one. And Hunter Eagle, good morning to you too. Yeah, good morning. So yeah, thank you very much for your comments, guys. I really appreciate that. Look, ASX 200, the same story. Not much to talk about here, actually, but from the technical perspective, I would say this way: it managed to stay below this 7,131 territory. I've spoken about that this level previously. So in a way, as long as it remains below it, there is a chance for seeing something like this, where I'm not really dragging this one way too much to the downside, but initially aiming for this territory between the 7,064 and 76 levels. Now, we already did reach that area, but again, I will aim for it initially. Look, maybe some of you might say, but hey, Darius, maybe this is something of a falling channel here. And in a way, yes, you could be right here. Something like that could be the case, but if we do fall below this not the highlighted zone, but this territory, the one that I'm aiming for, if we do fall below it, yes, we could see a further decline towards this lower side of the falling channel. But okay, at the moment, let's keep it on the chart. Maybe it will work out. Maybe it will be a falling channel. Who knows? But for now, like I said, at the moment, I'm keeping a close eye on this 7,131 territory. If it holds, okay, I'll go a little bit lower, but only up until this highlighted zone right there. For the upside, I need to see a push back above the 200-day EMA here, and maybe also this 7,177 territory. China. So, as I've mentioned in my in the heading of my video here, should we slowly shift our attention from inflation to deflation now? The reason why I said that is because look, we got the inflation numbers from China, and those today those came out lower than the forecasts. Now, some are still higher than the previous numbers, but they're lower than the forecast. So, okay, look, for example, the month-on-month figure came out below not only the forecast, but also the previous number, that at minus 0.2. So the previous number was minus 0.1. CPI year on year came out plus 0.2 against the previous plus 0.1. Now, in terms of the month-on-month number, let me just quickly double check that. Yeah, we have not been able to pick up and jump back into positive territory for about 4 months now. So, look, historically, looking at the graph in a way, historically, I can say that it was kind of about 4 months that we usually have been in negative territory, and then on the fifth one, we jumped back up. So let's see how the fifth month will go. And then let's see if the 6th month will go like that. And then, yes, then that would be quite interesting to watch. But look, China 50 index here, the FTSE China 50 index that we have here, I'll still stick to the same game plan. For me, I need to see a clearance here of this downside line and a push somewhere above this 12,600 territory in order to go higher. For the downside, the drop below the 12,237 territory would be ideal. India's Nifty 50, so a bit of a correction here, so that's fine. Everything's quite healthy. We're seeing a nice, good move back down. Look, I said to you yesterday that I will be targeting this 18,908 zone marked by the high of the 14th of December, or even this 19,032 mark, which is the highest point of December of last year. Now, for now, we're seeing a bit of a retracement, so that's fine. My downside scenario was previously from around here, but I think we need to start looking at some lower levels if we do break the the upside line. If we do clear that, then I will aim for the highlighted territory, this upper one, not this one. Let me get rid of it, but this one right there. If we do find good support around it, Maybe we could see a bit of a rebound or something like that. But if we do clear this, then yes, more sellers could join in. Nasdaq 100. So talk about a roller coaster ride. Yes, we pushed back up. Look how well this 14,250 territory provided fantastic support. So, of course, some of you are saying probably, hey, maybe this is a nice head and shoulders forming. We would like to see that, of course. In general, I would like to see a nice good correction here to the downside. But I think while we're still trading above this upside line, for example, taken from the low of the 13th of March, this could still move higher. And any throwback could be classed as a temporary correction before another possible leg of buying. So, the Fibonacci that I've drawn here previously, I think it's time for it to go because it's no longer needed. And now what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to highlight the area and you can see already probably which one I'm talking about. This one right there. So this is the area that I'm going to be keeping a close eye on. If we do clear it, I will go higher. Simple as that. I'm not going to invent here anything else. I will keep an eye on this. I mean, this here in between the highlighted zone here and the 14,250 territory here could be a bit of a choppy, could be up and down, sideways. Yes. So, but once we start clearing the upside line, and then yes, if we stay below it, of course, not only a false breakout that we need here. I mean, we don't need a false breakout. We need something a little bit more clear. But if we do get this break, then yes, further declines are possible. The S&P 500, looking at the picture here, look, we have a bit of again, a choppy session here. So to be honest, I'm not expecting anything else like in weeks like this. I mean, look, I would say this way. Let me just grab my magnet here. I would say this way. If you're looking for some higher levels, then certainly a push above that 4,305 territory is needed because a nice good pop above it would confirm a forthcoming higher high. For the downside, now, by the way, I think can we see that on a 4-hour chart? Let me just have a look. Yes, something of a broadening triangle pattern here could be the case. I mean, look, such patterns, they tend to be continuation patterns, but in general, I think over the time, I have stuck to one rule that in a way I'm waiting for the breakout as always, because if you're trying to predict before that, I mean, it could be a little bit difficult and maybe even frustrating. So I would say wait for it, guys. Look, once we start, let's say, clearing this 4,305 territory, then yes, I will get a little bit more excited with the upside. If we start dropping here below this territory, below the lower side of this broadening kind of triangle pattern here, then yes, maybe we could consider some larger corrections to the downside here, and then maybe we'll consider this arrow. But maybe we'll break the upside line, maybe no. So we'll have to just go from what we have at that point. But yeah, if you're leaning a little bit more towards the upside, I would say be a little bit more careful, cautious, and be a little bit more patient. The Dow. This one's a little bit more positive, I would say. In general, yesterday, I think the Dow was the worst performer. Yeah, 0.5% gain. Nasdaq was the best one, but okay, look, that's fine. No biggie. For now, I would say this way: if you're looking for some higher levels, then certainly yes, a break above this hurdle here, the 33,850 territory is needed. But again, don't be surprised if we, for example, just slide back down today and stay somewhere in between the 33,850 and the 50-day EMA. If that's the case, well, yeah, it basically shows that, yeah, we're just waiting for next week. for Tuesday when we'll get the CPIs, the US CPIs, and then for Wednesday when we'll get the Fed interest rate decision. So, but long story short, from the technical perspective, yes, as I said, keeping a close eye on this barrier, because as you can see, we keep getting false breakouts, but we're struggling to stay above it. So if we stay above it, that's great. That's even better. More buyers could join in. DAX, the German index. Looking at the picture here, I mean, I'm keep on talking. I'm already frustrated, not with the index, but with myself in a way, because again, the same story is still valid. The same analysis is still valid, because again, we're still stuck in this little previous range here where we were before, and yeah, until I get a clearance here of the 16,063 territory, I'm not really getting way too comfortable with the upside. Now, maybe this little corrective move lower, in a way, there is a little bit of a tilt here to the downside, so something like this maybe. So yeah, we can see that there is a falling channel in a way, a small one, and if we do clear that upper side, then yes, this may attract a few more buyers into the game, and we could see this one pushing nicely to the upside. Maybe this is a nice bullish flag, who knows? But either way, guys, we still need a confirmation break. So if we're gonna get this, then great. If we're not gonna get this, then I'm gonna continue moving slowly to the downside, because again, we're stuck right now in this little falling channel. So while we remain in the falling channel, the trend is still to the downside. If it's a short-term falling channel, then the short-term trend remains to the downside. If we start breaking the 15,800 level, that's where I'm going to get a little bit more excited with further declines. FTSE 100. Okay, time to get rid of the Fibonacci. No longer needed, I think. Yes, I think now we're just going to stick to the areas. So the area right here, the 200-day EMA, together with the area between the 7,585 and 95 levels here, if we do fall below that, then yes, I will consider some moves to the downside here. But within this kind of not the best looking triangle pattern, but hey, maybe we could actually draw it from here to here. And maybe that could be the case. So maybe this is the main triangle. Who knows? But at this point, look, we're moving inside this triangle. Let's assume that this is the one. Okay, for now, for the sake of it. If we do drop below the 200-day EMA here, then yes, I'll aim for the lower side of this triangle. If we continue to trade above the 200-day EMA, then maybe a bit of a rebound like this could be possible. And then we could target the 7,687 territory or the downside line. But yeah, in a way, there's not much to add here. It's a difficult one. Look, I mean, the pound right now is pushing to the upside a little bit. So that's where kind of the negativity here is coming in into the FTSE 100. And, you know, for now, we have to take it as it is. But like I said, I'm keeping an eye on this 200-day EMA for now. Dollar index. I mean... Okay, looking at the picture here, we can see that we've declined nicely, and yesterday, yes, it fell to basically the whole expectation of the Fed not potentially raising rates. That kind of played negatively on the dollar index, and we saw that decline. We saw that drift below the 103.40 zone. And I would say now, if we do stay below this, then yes, I will go further south. For me, the next target is the, well, ideal scenario is around here, this 102.59 something area. But initially, I'll aim for the 100 and the 50-day EMAs, and then we will go from there. If we rebound, if we do rebound back up, yes, we do have this downside line that I've drawn here. It's a little bit on the tentative side because it's only capturing these two peaks. But at the same time, maybe, just maybe, we have ourselves a nice descending triangle pattern. Now, look, what I'm kind of considering here, let's say if we do rebound from this territory, we push back up and we start moving kind of sideways up until Wednesday. Yeah, that's going to be quite interesting. Then we'll, like I said, I'll consider this this nice potential idea of a descending triangle pattern. And if according to all the TA rules, as you know, these patterns tend to break to the downside. So in other words, a drop below this 103.40 territory would be ideal for the bears. But we need to see like a stronger move, and not in weeks like this, honestly, when we don't have much data coming out from the US. So that's why I will, like I said, for now, I will just observe this. If we do fall further south here, let's say somehow we do today drift below this hurdle and stay below it, then of course, like I said, I'm aiming for the 100 and the 50-day EMAs. Then I'm interested in maybe considering this scenario. So look, this way we can draw a falling channel, and around here, around the 50 and the 100-day EMAs, we do have the lower side of this possible, I'm not confirming this because this is still a theory, possible falling channel. So long story short, let's say if we do drop and stay below this 103.40 territory, then yes, I'm aiming lower, but only up until here, because again, we could have here a very strong area of support. If we don't drop below this hurdle, like I said, I'm considering this a possible kind of descending triangle pattern. So let's wait and see. Let's see which way this one's gonna work out. Gold. I mean, honestly, gold. This is just tragedy this week. Okay, first of all, a few adjustments on my chart. This upside line no longer needed. But one thing is what's working. What I said yesterday, I said that in order to go further south, after we saw that decline here on Wednesday, in order to go further south, I needed to see a drop below this territory right here, the highlighted zone between the 1,936.39 levels here. And if we do get that, then yes, I will go further south. We got a rebound. So if you were on the short side yesterday, then yes, I feel sorry for you. I feel your pain. Yeah, basically, but what can you do? This is part of the deal. Look, in terms of higher levels here, I would say 1983, 85 levels are still the ones that I'm watching. Before that, keeping an eye on the 50-day EMA, which is roughly around near the highs of yesterday, because as you can see, yesterday the commodity found good resistance near this area. So in order to go higher, I'll push above this 1970 territory would be ideal. Silver. This one's doing a little bit better than gold. As always, to be honest, silver is, if you manage to get the direction right, then yeah, you might benefit from it. And look, I talked about this yesterday, and we were kind of also, and yesterday and this whole week I was talking about silver, and I said to you that while we stick around here, I'm just observing the price action. Once we start pushing away from this highlighted zone here and above this 100-day EMA, I'm going higher. My next target was the 24.21 zone. Tick. Fantastic, good result here. What's next? Then I'm basically targeting this highlighted zone right here. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a little bit on the tentative side. I think. Okay, that's the reason why I have this level. Because this one's coming away from the past. Look, I'm still gonna stick to that. But before this inside swing low of the 25th of April near the 24 point what? Let me just double check this. There we go. Near the 24.49 area. So around here. This could be a nice good target for now. And yeah, if we do reach that and then we clear it, then yes, I'll go towards the highlighted zone here. But if first, like I said, let's aim for this one and then let's see if it's going to hold or not. Oil. Yeah, look at this roller coaster ride yesterday. Honestly, this is just, I mean, out of this world. And look, I'm still sticking to the same game plan. If I want to go higher, I need to see a push, and I need to see the body of the daily candle staying above the 50-day EMA. Yesterday, we just got a hold up here below and we drifted back to the downside. Now, what's next? Well, if we do kind of, yesterday I talked about this as well. I said that if we do fall below the 71 territory, I'll go lower, but I'll go aiming for these levels. And I do understand that this is a little bit of a mess here. This is way too close. And, but guys, honestly, every level here could be worth it. So let me just adjust. Let me actually, you know what? Let me do one thing here. Let me just stick to some, and then, you know what? If it reaches, reaches. If it doesn't, doesn't. Okay. So let me grab this area. Actually, you know what? It can go away. I'm going to mark yesterday's low near the 69 territory. Then I'm going to stick to this 70.67 level for now. So far, somehow it's providing good support. If we do fall below it, my next target is the 70.13, marked by the inside swing low of the 6th of June. And then if that gets clear, then I'm going to aim for the current lowest point of this week near the 69 territory. And that's what I'm going to, how I'm going to play this one out. But yeah, for the upside, I need to see a push back above the 50-day EMA. Cocoa, look, I've mentioned this yesterday, guys. I warned you about the potential idea of a pop. And there we go. We got a pop. We got a pop above this 3,103 territory. Look, we went all the way towards the 3,167. Great. That's wonderful. What's next? Well, to be honest, what I'm going to target right now, I'm just going to target these nice, beautiful numbers, to be honest. The 3,200, and that's going to be my next target. So let's see how far we can go. But look, if you missed the move, I would say wait for it, let it settle down, and then, we can try to position ourselves again on Cocoa. Ethereum. So the crypto problems continue. Okay. Of course, as you know, there is an issue with between SEC, Binance USA, and Coinbase. Yep. Those are the next targets right now from SEC, because somehow the Ripple story just went a little on the side, and it's kind of like, oh, did we lose it? I don't know. But let's go after another one. But okay, look, I would say this way. For now, I am just playing the waiting game. First of all, this idea here on Ethereum that I spoke about, the falling wedge pattern, look, it somehow worked out, somehow it didn't. So I think whenever it's like this, I rather just start fresh. Now I'll get rid of this upper side. We can see that we have ourselves a range here, or kinda ish a range, because we're stuck here in between these levels. So I will take a very conservative approach, and in order to go higher, a push above the 1929 territory for me is needed. I get it. I might be missing out on territory right here, but yes. For now, like I said, this is the barrier that I'm watching. Oh, by the way, just Daredevil Dave, if you think that I forgot about USDCHF, no, I didn't, because I'm going to pick up on this one when I'm going to get closer to the USD pairs. So that's the normal procedure that I go through. I pick up first on indices, commodities, then cryptos, and then I jump into Forex. So I'm kind of keeping some sort of a structure there, in order not to jump around here. But look, 1785 territory for the downside seems to be not bad. If we do drop below that, then yes, like I said, I'm going to aim for some lower levels. Bitcoin Cash, also waiting for it to do something. Look, this level here, the 112.89, I think it's time to get rid of it because it's not really working anymore. I think I'm going to mark this inside swing low here of the 1st of June. We're currently stuck near it. And if we do fall below it again, then yes, I will go lower. Simple as that. For the upside, I need to see a break of this downside line, and then yes, we could go from there. Litecoin, one of my favorite ones here, and I haven't looked at this one for quite a while, but look, overall, actually, this is helpful. Let me get rid of these. Actually, I'm going to push this on the side. We are trading below this downside line right here, a tentative one, and above this upside line right here. So the downside line is drawn from the high of the 16th of February of this year. The upside one is drawn from the low of the 9th of November of 2022. So if you're looking for some sort of, let's say, higher levels on this one, I think that the best option right now is to stick to the EMAs. The 50-day EMA, if we do pop above it, then yes, potentially could attract more buyers into the game. But look, we can also keep an eye on this little hurdle, this 91.44. If we do push above it, then yes, potentially this could attract more buyers into the game. In terms of the downside, well, look, for now, I'm kind of leaning towards the downside, to be honest, because we're still below that 100-day EMA. If we continue to trade below it, then yes, more sellers could be more sellers here could jump in. So and then we could aim for that 200-day EMA. Look, it's a little bit difficult with the cryptos right now because again of all this SEC pressure, but hey, we can try. Let's try to squeeze everything what we can from this one. Now let's jump into the forex pairs. AUDNZD. Honestly, this is just spectacular. Look, I don't know if this is gonna push further north, but in general this week it is strong. It is for the third week in a row. It is just strong. Look, somehow something's telling me that in a way, there is very good potential for this one to move further north because we have dropped below this 1.1013 zone. I spoke about that. That's the inside swing low of the 21st of February. And if we do continue to trade above it, then yes, my next target is the 1.1088. That's what I'm going to be aiming for. That's the highest point of February of this year, and also the highest point of the current highest point of this year. So, long story short, guys, it's very interesting. I am, like I said, I'm a little bit more on the positive side right now, but I probably from the shorter term perspective, in order for me to consider this move higher, a push above the current highest point of this week is needed near the 1.1033 level. If we do get that push, then yes, forthcoming higher high will be confirmed. For the downside, guys, well, of course, my favorite Fibonacci is something that I am really considering to put back here because, look, this is just crying for Fibonacci. And in general, this 23.6 is near the highest point of April, which could be a nice good area here of support. But but again, for now, it's the waiting moment actually, because look, if we do fall again below this 1.1013 zone, or maybe the 1.10 in general, then yes, I will consider a move, a bit of a correction here to the downside, and this is where maybe I'm gonna pick up on that Fibonacci on that 23.6. But for now, I'm just keep on monitoring this 1.1013. AUDJPY, just a quick update. Look, fantastic test of the upper side of the rising channel here. The question is, can we see a hold up here? If we can, I will consider maybe a bit of a move back down, something like that. If we do break the upper side, then yes, further upside is possible. And then, of course, we will have to go searching for some levels, like for example this 95.75 territory, which could be a good one here, the highest point of October of last year. But of course, before that, we do have a bunch of other levels to consider, like for example this one, the 93.85 level marked by the high of the 30th of November, or even maybe this one right here, the not this one right here. I think the area around this zone, yeah, this looks a little bit better. 94.15, very good area of support previously, then a lot of resistance here, and then yes, we drifted to the downside. So again, look, if we do break the upper side of this rising channel, then like I said, this 94.15 level is my next target. Now then, let me just pick up on USDCHF very quickly. So let's put it back into the list here. USDCHF, guys. Boom, fantastic move to the downside. Look, I spoke about this level, this area in general last week. I'm talking about this one right here. I said that if we do fall and stay below it, then this kind of increases the chances for further declines. Look, I think that it worked out nicely. Let me just put this like this. I think it worked out nicely, so we dropped lower and my target got reached. My target was this territory, the 0.90 zone. I spoke about this level, guys, this week, and I said that I need to see a drop below this. Look how well the 100-day EMA provided resistance. This upside line, nope, no, it didn't work out nicely, but like I said, this territory, the 0.9063, approximately around here, did do a good job. This whole zone here did a good job and acted as a good area of support previously, and then it failed, and it did kind of give us an indication that, you know, on a break of this, we should aim for that 50-day EMA and then for the 0.90 territory. What's interesting here is that we stayed below the 0.90 territory, and in a way, if we continue to trade below it, then yes, guys, further declines are possible, but this is where I'm taking a bit of a cautious approach. I'm going to aim for this little target first, the low of the 22nd of May near the 0.8940, 41, something like that. Not exactly that level, but just the area around it. Maybe it could be a little bit higher, maybe it could be a little bit below that, so just can keep that in mind. Maybe the 0.8950 actually could be a good target, but you know, you can aim for that one first, and then if it goes a little bit further, then yes, like I said, this is the territory that I'm looking at right now. Certainly another area that I'm watching is this one, the 0.8868, and then yeah, if we do clear that one, then we could go further south. But look, let's go slowly on this. We had a good move yesterday. Maybe we'll get a continuation move. One thing that I really don't want this to happen right now and don't want to see here is something like this, where we, for example, push back above the 0.90 territory, end up testing the 50-day EMA, it provides resistance, and then we fall off the cliff. So at this point, sometimes I do like that, sometimes I don't, but look, at this point, actually, I would like to see a further continuation move lower. USDJPY, this one's a bit of a tragedy, I would say, because again, yesterday we did fall, we did fall below this upside line, and I talked about this idea of a possible maybe head and shoulders pattern or something like that, but we've struggled with this 138.75 territory. I spoke about that level and said that for that extra confirmation, a drop below that hurdle would be needed. And look at this. This is why I've marked, I've highlighted, I've marked that level, and now I'm highlighting it because this is quite an important level to watch. So look, if you want to go further south, guys, a drop below that area is required. And then my next target will be somewhere around this territory, around these levels. So yeah, between the 137.29 and 58 levels, so right there. The reason why I'm considering also still the downside scenario is because maybe, just maybe, let me just grab this, we have ourselves a descending triangle. Again, not clear yet. It could be a bit of a roller coaster ride here. So basically, long story short, while we remain in this pattern, I'm just observing the price action. Once we start clearing one of the sides, that's where it could become a little bit more interesting, either for the bulls or for the bears, depending on which way we're going to break out here. USDCAD, just a quick update. So yep, another test of this upside line, working like a charm. for now, I'm still aiming for that. Again, I want to see if this is gonna, rebound from this territory or not. I have this arrow, but if it doesn't, then yes, I will go for lower levels. Just a very simple approach here. But again, I will go for lower levels, but only probably up around. Let me just zoom in here. Only up until here, up until this lowest point of April of this year, which I think. Let me just double check. No. I thought that was the lowest point of this year. No, but the lowest point of this year is around here. The 1.3262, which also could be a good target, but yeah, certain clearances are still needed. GBPCHF, we're still stuck. We're oscillating around the 200-day EMA, so that's no good. In order to go higher, I'll stick to the same game plan. In order to go higher, a break of this downside line is needed. Look how long this downside line has been in play here. So that's the highest point of October of 2022. Since then, basically, we're drifting to the downside. Once we break this could be quite interesting. However, if we do start falling below the 1.1260 territory, somewhere around here, I will consider a corrective move here towards the downside. A corrective move lower towards this upside line taken from the low of the 25th of April. GBPUSD, beautiful push, beautiful move to the upside, and nice rebound from this 50-day EMA, and in a way, I would say this is looking quite bullish. Look, this upside line no longer needed, or actually it can be redrawn, something a little bit more shorter term, something like that. Let's see if this is gonna. Oh, this is looking good. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep this upside line for now. If we do break it, I will consider a move to the downside. Simple as that. For further upside, for example, look, as long as we stay above this hurdle here, this 1.2547, because we've climbed above it nicely, if we continue to trade above it, then yes, I'm aiming further north, guys. My ideal target is somewhere around here. This barrier, this is the highest point of May of 2022. Also, this territory got tested back here in the beginning of this year's May. We did overshoot it by a little bit, but we failed to stay above it. So, long story short, like I said, I am just kind of observing this one for now, and I am aiming for that for that territory. EURNOK, by the way, why I'm picking up on this one is because we did get some data from Norway, the CPI numbers. So those came out higher. Yeah, inflation in Norway is on the rise a little bit again. So look, that's why we're seeing a bit of well, actually, no, sorry, what am I talking about? No, we're seeing some weakness here. Normally should have picked up a little bit. Oh yeah, actually it is picking up. Sorry, what am I talking about? Yes, it's picking up. It's picking up the pace. And also, let me just jump into oil. Okay, oil is a little bit on the stronger side. Right, okay, purely inflation driven right now, I think, because this strength right now that's kicking in, yes, I think it's coming in nicely with the higher inflation numbers. We're seeing some strength here in the Norwegian krone. Yeah, okay, good, perfect. What can I say right now? Look, at the moment, I don't have any levels. And to be honest, I'm going to stick to the EMAs for now. If we do continue to trade below this 50-day EMA, my next target is the 100-day EMA, which is actually, if you want a level, then it's near this hurdle, this 11.47 territory, which could be a nice one here. So if we do stay below the 50-day EMA, my next target is the 100-day EMA, not far from that 11.47 territory. EURCHF, Daredevil, yep, you're welcome. Mermeveli or Maremeveli, or how do you pronounce it? Honestly, I do apologize, but and weekly. You think GBP is going to go up and touch weekly trend line? Weekly trend line. But let me just get back into GBPUSD. Weekly trend line. You mean which one? The weekly trend line. If you can clarify this, because I'm quite interested which one you're talking about. Because, like I said, for me right now is just this target, the 1.2666 territory, approximately around here. But yeah, if you can clarify which one are you referring to, the weekly trend line, then yeah. If you're talking about something like on a weekly chart, if you mean maybe something like this here, yeah, could be. If this is what you're talking about, yeah, okay, could be the case. Look, also good potential target if that's what you mean. Good potential target. We could keep an eye on it, but the fact that we have been forming these higher lows and higher highs in a way, maybe I'm hoping to see some sort of a breakout here. And look, another thing that could happen here, especially with this, like we could go higher. We could. Oh, by the way, also this 200-day EMA is near my target. This 1.2666. And what could happen, for example, here is we break this downside line, right? This weekly trend line, or as you call it, taken from the highest point of May of 2021. We break it, we go higher, we test the 200-day EMA, and then by the end of the day, or by the end of the week, we shift back down and stay below this downside line. This would be a beautiful false breakout on the weekly chart. And then, yes, we could go, maybe back to the downside a little bit. But again, a lot of speculation for now. Look, I'm aiming higher. Yes, we can keep this on the chart if you wish. Maybe it could be useful. Let me just capture this one. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to be very careful around here. But then if that gets cleared, like I said, I'm targeting that 1.2666 territory. EURCHF, as I said, yes, look, fantastic move. Initially, it was. We broke the upper side. We moved higher. It seemed very good, very attractive. And look at this strong sell-off yesterday, and we drifted nicely to the downside, and yeah, we fell back inside the veg, which means no longer the veg is valid. I think that it's time right now just to, I'm going to stick to, I'll keep this downside line for now. But look, I said to you before that if we do fall back below the 0.9706 territory, somewhere around here, I'm considering a move lower. Initially, I'm considering this 0.9677 territory. This could be a nice good one. But if that gets cleared, guys, this may attract more sellers because a forthcoming lower low will be confirmed. For the upside now, I need to see a push above this barrier. I'm in love with this barrier right now, so could be a good one. Around here, we also have the 50-day EMA shown as the red line, which could play out nicely here. So yeah, all that could add up together. Now you have a difficult nickname here. Mare Meveli, maybe like that. Mare Meveli, maybe, anyway, I hope, sorry for the pronunciation, but yeah, anyway, thank you for confirming. That's the one that you were talking about. So yeah, long story short, guys, for now, I am leaning towards the downside on this one, as long as we stay below the 0.9706 territory right here. My next target is the 0.9677. If that gets clear, then yes, further declines are possible. EURUSD, boom. Beautiful move. Look, I've mentioned this 200-day EMA. I said to you that we're oscillating around it, and for now, it's. I said to you that, look, if we do rebound from the 200-day EMA, I'll aim for this 1.0760. That's going to be my target. But if that gets clear, then yes, potentially more buyers could join in. So in a way, everything worked out nicely here. My target got reached. We stayed above the 200-day EMA. My target got reached here. And we're now resting slightly below the 100-day EMA. So if you're looking for some further upside, and to be honest, I am leaning towards further upside, we could see a push here above this 100-day EMA. If we can get that, my next target is the 50-day EMA. If we clear that one, that's where I will aim for this territory. Let me just grab a level here, probably. You know what? I'm gonna get a new one. This is the territory that I'm gonna be targeting. Not exactly the level or anything, no, but the area between these two. So between the 1.0831 and the 48 levels here. So if we do, push above the 100-day EMA, my next target is the 50-day EMA, and then maybe these two levels, or the area in between these two levels. For the downside, I would like to see a drop below the 200-day EMA. Then I will consider a move towards these levels here, which acted as a good area of support. I need to adjust a few here. This area between the 1.0662 and 67 could be the next target, but if that gets cleared, then yes, further declines are possible. Also, what you can do here is you can draw a little short-term tentative trend line drawn from the lowest point of May and capturing this low. So if basically it kind of aligns itself perfectly with my 200-day EMA. So if you do fall below it, we could also fall below the upside line. So that's going to be my downside scenario. For the upside, as I said, I'm still sticking to higher levels, and as long as we stay above the 1.0760 territory, I am going. I'm aiming higher, and more buyers could join in if we do pop above the 100-day EMA. Okay, guys, so that's it for this session. First, before I finish, I want to thank you all for your patience, for sticking around with me for this whole session. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much for all the comments in there. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much for the rockets. Well, guess what? I really, really appreciate that as well. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you found this useful. If you want to catch me tomorrow, tomorrow, Saturday, on Monday. If you want to catch me on Monday, 6 o'clock GMT time, as always, we'll pick up on some of these instruments, some new ones. We'll see how the market performed on Friday and what to expect for the week ahead. For now, guys, I hope you'll stay safe. Don't overtrade. It's Friday. Have your stop losses in place and everything will be fine. Risk only what you can afford to lose. So have a beautiful trading day and I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye. Hey there, thank you very much for watching this one till the end. I really appreciate that. So, like this video, we speculate your next mouse movement will be towards the subscribe button.